So today I want to talk to you about emotions, and I know emotions it's a really big topic, and if you are a woman that who has been used to manage to hide their emotions for most of your life, if you have been told again and again that you were too much, if you were expressing yourself, if you were expressing your emotions, then this conversation is for you. First of all, I used to be this type of woman, the one like hyper independent, the woman who can do it all alone, didn't need any help, and was always this like stoic person, not really showing a lot of emotions, just the good ones, just in the right amount. Just the emotions that were needed at that time. And honestly, if I hadn't been like that, I wouldn't be here today. So if you're still in that phase, give yourself credit, because I am completely sure that you needed this mask, this way of being, because most women that I know that are hyper independent, or that they were at some point of their life, it's because that was needed to survive, because there was no one else around to rely on. So you had to do the hard part. You had to rely on yourself, and everyone else had to rely on yourself too. So give yourself credit, and first of all acknowledge that that was needed. That was needed. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's not meant to be that way. And for someone like me that, again, I've been there, done that, I used to think that showing my emotions was a sign of weakness. I used to think that showing my emotions was just being too much, too girly, too, like vulnerability wasn't good. Vulnerability was just something that was not part of my identity. And that is good when you need to survive, again. When all you need to do is get through the other side, when all you need to do is go through really hard times, you better not feel it at that moment, because you might not be able to get over with it. You might not be able to handle it. You might not be able to think clearly. So yes, when you are in those moments, the best thing you can do is probably to suppress your emotions. That happened to me when my mom died. When my mom died, I, like, for more than a year and a half, I barely cried. When it happened, I had no emotional reaction. I just went completely in solving mode, because I know I had to be there for my sister, for my grandma, for the rest of my family. So I needed to be the support. And I needed to get things done. I needed to organize things. I needed to book flights. I needed to pay stuff. And I did. And again, I am so grateful for that version of me, because if I had gotten all emotional and allowed myself to feel at that point specifically, things would have been way harder for everyone, but also for me. So I am grateful for that version. But after that, I started realizing that even the strongest people need support. Even the strongest people need someone to rely on, need to ask for help, need to express their emotions, to express their needs. And here is when, for the past 2 years, I've been feeling way more in touch with my emotions. I remember a couple of years ago, like 5, 6 years ago, every time that I talk about feelings, I always will say like, I think this, I think that. And I remember my therapist used to ask me like, but how do you feel? And I'm like, no, I don't feel anything. I'm just, yeah, all chill, all good. And now I've been realizing that I am starting more and more sentences by I feel instead of I think. And there is so much power in our emotions, and we haven't been taught this. We haven't been told. As women, we're always told to suppress our emotions. We are being told that we are too emotional, and that's BS. Your emotions are actually your compass. Your emotions are the most clear sign for you to know if you are doing, living, and doing things in alignment with the best version of you or not. Your emotions are the path. Your emotions are the compass that you need to navigate your life. And when you are so used to suppress them, when you are so used to say, no, everything is fine, when you know really well that it's not fine, when you are used to that, then it's a really hard exercise to start allowing yourself to feel things, to start allowing yourself to maybe be too much. For some people, you will be too much. And that just means that they are not your people. It's like there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are meant to be in our lives, some people are not. Some people are meant to be there for our whole life or for decades, years, and some people are meant to be there just for a short season. And that is okay. But our emotions hold so much power because the way we feel determines how we act, even when we don't consciously think about it. And this is not to say that you should let all your emotions run wild and just do whatever you feel at that time. No, that's not to say that. But starting to be aware of your emotions, starting to name your emotions, to be aware of them from like a perspective point of like, okay, this is how am I feeling right now. This is how I'm feeling right now. What does it mean? What's actually happening? What is true? What is this feeling telling me? Because again, feelings are, like our emotions are compass, are information. I'm sure it happened to you that sometimes you are around people who make you feel really alive, who make you feel really happy, and like those people that are like little rays of sunshine. And it's so nice, but I'm sure that you've also been around people who make you feel really small or that you are judged, so it doesn't feel good. That's information, that's valuable information that a lot of times we take for granted or we just discard because we don't want to be emotional or we don't want to be, to let our emotions take control. But it's not about that. It's not about letting your emotions take control. It's about learning what your emotions mean, what your emotions are trying to show you. Because the way you feel will determine the way you act and the way you behave. And the way you behave will determine your life. The way you behave determines your habits, your patterns, what you do, what you get to do, what you don't do. And let's go one step further. Your feelings are in a huge amount determined by your thoughts. So if you 90% of the time have negative thoughts in your mind, or you are always overthinking, you are always looking for the worst case scenario, your feelings will reflect that. So it kind of like everything starts with the way you think, the way you talk to yourself. That can easily determine the way you feel and your emotions. And when you have in a daily basis more good emotions than bad emotions, then you will probably have a really good life. You'll probably have a happy life. And for me, that is critical. I am so aware of my emotions. I am now so aware of the way I feel in a daily basis that I know when I start accumulating bad days, when I start accumulating more bad moments, bad feelings than good ones, I know that something needs to change. That is my clue. That's my sign that things are not going the way that I want, because I know how I want to feel in my daily life. And if I'm not getting to feel that way, then it's my job and it's my responsibility to take care of that, to start looking for answers about what is happening, and to start shifting my energy, shifting my emotions. You change your emotions, you change your energy, you change the way you think, you change the way you feel, you change your whole energy. That's a talk for another another video. But what I wanted to tell you right now, and I really wish you start doing this, it's you start being aware of your emotions. You start becoming aware of what is happening or how you're feeling and what is behind that. It's a bad thought. It's something that someone did or didn't do that is causing you that. It's the way that you are perceiving someone. Like, what is behind that emotion? And is that true, or is just your mind? And once you start doing that, you're gonna realize like how much of an amazing compass your emotions are. How can you use them to guide you towards your best self on the path of becoming that woman that you want to be, that you know that you can be. But sometimes your emotions get in the way, either because you don't allow yourself to feel them, or because they are completely out of control and you don't know what to do with them. So I feel like this, at least for me, has been the middle ground, the middle point in between the two extremes, and it's been incredible helpful. It's been incredible life-changing to start becoming aware of that. So I invite you to try it out, to do the same. And if you are new here, my name is Candela. I'm a self-love mindset coach. I'm doing daily videos to tell you stories, talk about the things that matter, and hopefully inspire you to become the best version of yourself that you know you can be. Sending you a lot of love, and see you tomorrow.